This one be good, you know.
Yeah,
And I need to under the shout to guess.
Yeah, you're welcome back. It's still your boy Brain, Mr. Hurricane on Get Fit on Black Drum TV. Like I said, this is the show where we help you get your body to its optimum level. So if you want to get more tips and more, just follow me on FITWITBRAIN or watch us on Black Drum TV. So that's what's up. Today, we'll be doing another workout session, and this time around, we'll be working on the lower body, that's the legs. So it's going to be exciting. When I come back, I'll be here with two of my friends to take you on today's workout. I'll be right back. All right, guys, you're welcome back. Like I said, I was going to be here with two of my friends, and I got Brandon and Antoinette with me. So we'll be doing this leg workout together, and it's going to be intense, trust me, but you're going to love it. So we're starting with the calves. The calves is one muscle group that is very neglected, but is very important. So we're working on this. This is where we call the calves. So this is how we do it. You push your heel off this way, and then stand on it. So we're going like this, activating this part of the legs, the calves. So that's what's up. We're going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Now, shake it off. So we're going straight to squats. The squats is like one of the most common workouts for legs, and it targets your quads, your glutes, and your hamstrings. It's very good workout for you. It helps you get your whole leg working. So let's go. What we do is your legs in this position, you go down, deep squats, and then come back up. Go down, all the way down, and then come back up. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure that you squeeze your glutes when you come up. 8, 9, 10. Let's go, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, leg workout is always very intense. It's going to get all your body working. It's one part of the body that you work on that affects your whole body. So you're going to be feeling a little bit strenuous when you do this, but you're going to love it. It's going to help you a lot. So it's help you get stronger when you do this. So this time around, we're going to open and close squats. It's another variation of squats. So we're going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Down, close, open, and close. Let's go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. All right, shake it up. You'll be feeling a little bit of pain in your leg. It's very, very normal. This is very normal. Just shake it up. Rest for a few seconds before you go on to the next session. All right. So this time around, we'll be doing lunges, reverse lunges. So let's do lunges. Lunges first, then we'll do reverse lunges. Lunges is you come up with one leg down and then take it back. Come up with the other leg, go down and then take it back. That's lunges. You're targeting your quads. These are your quads, these muscles here. You get it activated. So you ready, guys? 3, 2, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. So this is good to activate your quads. Just shake it up. Shake it up. You're gonna be feeling pain, but it's quite normal. Like they say, no pain, no gain. All right, so this time around, we're doing reverse lunges. So reverse lunges is, instead of going forward, we're going backwards. Go back, and then move backwards. That's reverse lunges. So we do it in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, that's it for reverse lunges. Shake it up. All right, so we're going to one of the most difficult leg workouts, and that's called jump squats. Jump squats are very like normal squats, but then you have to jump up and lift your body when you go up. All right, let's do this. Let me give you an example of jump squats. You go down and then push up. Down and then up. That's it for jump squats. So we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah, this is a lot trainers than all the other variations of sports that we've been doing. So take time and take a rest. You can take a rest for like a minute or two and then come back to the workout. All right? You good? You good? All right. So this time around, we're going to jump lunges. It's a lot more difficult to sort of like the jump squats. So take your breath. And don't forget to breathe when you're doing all this workout because you need oxygen inside you. So breathe in with your nose and out with your mouth when you're doing this. You ready? So we're doing jump lunges. And how you do jump lunges is more like the normal lunges, but then you jump with it, like this. All right, that's jump lunges. We're going through that. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. That's jump lunges. Yeah. Brenda loves that. It's a very, 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 very strenuous workout, but it's very good for you. It's very good to keep your quads working, to keep blood pumping in your quads, and to help your muscle grow. Okay? A lot of people find it difficult to grow their legs, but if you could do this workout judiciously, I'm sure you're going to get the results that you need. All right? So this time around, we're going to side lunges. And how you do the side lunges is you spread your legs and then you go down this way in a lunge position. Go down this way in a lunge position. So that's side lunges. What? Yeah, you're going right and then to the left. All right, you ready? Spread your legs. You go this way and then this way. All right, you ready, guys? Let's go in. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 5. Up. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Let's go. 7. 8. Let's go. 9. 5 more, guys. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. All right, that's it for side lunges. I know these workouts are trainers, and the legs are one of the most difficult muscles to build. And if you build your legs, I'm sure you're going to love them because you're going to be strong on the ground. When you have a very good lower body weight, it's very good for you to have a strong physique. All right, so we're doing one more variation of squats, and then we're good for the day. Just take your time to rest for a bit before you do this because it is a lot strenuous, so you need to take your time with this. All right, just stretch it. Just kick off the strain, and then we'll be done with this. All right, so this time we're going back to the closed and open squats. How we do this is you put your legs together, squat, and then open it, and then squat. Bring it together, squat, open it, and then squat. So that's it. That's the last workout for the day. So let's go. This is strenuous too, but we got this. We got this, yeah? Anto, we got this, yeah? So let's go. 3, 2, 1. Close first. Let's go. Close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, that's it, guys. That's it for legs. I told you it was going to be exciting. I know it's a little bit strenuous, but you'll love it. You'll love the results when you get them. So thank you, Anto, and thank you, Brendan, for doing this with me. So I'll be right back at you. Peace. All right, guys, so that's it for today. I know you had an exciting one with that. It's a little bit strenuous, I know, but you will love it. Okay, that's what's up. It's still your boy Brain, Mr. Hurricane, and if you love what I'm wearing, you can get it on Fits with Brain, that's FITWITBRN. Just send me a DM, okay? And this is Get Fit on Black Drum TV. You can follow us on official Black Drum TV on Instagram, and you can watch on YouTube at Black Drum TV. Peace and love, guys. I'll see you soon.
For my life, I go chill.
This show showcases interesting and cultural African parties from around the world. Come closer and experience the music, fashion, and the food that makes every party special. Showing weekly on Black Drum TV. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. You can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Good morning, and it's a bright morning right here in the city of Lagos, Africa. It's glad to have you on the show this morning. This is Hello Africa, where we bring you good and wonderful news across the world at large. With me in the studio is Adebisi Pelumi, my co-host for today.
Thank you very much for introducing me as your co-host. Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to your favorite morning show, Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. And of course, you can be a part of our conversation via the link in the description. And of course, you can also leave your comments in the comment section. And yeah, let's have a fun episode today. TGIF, guys. TGIF.
All right, so starting off, we'll get straight to our top stories for the morning.
All right, so the first top story says, Uncertainties as tenure for NERC commissioners ends. Wow.
Okay, so the federal government, through the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, may this week renew the license of the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading PLC, an intervention agency in the power sector, signaling more uncertainties in the sector already overdue for some enduring evaluation. Well, when it comes to electricity in Nigeria, a whole lot of uncertainties have been noted, or notable uncertainties have really been presented. But I do think whatever regulatories they will take to ensure that there is proper power supply, whatever it will take, because you don't get so much when you can't give so much. A whole lot of people do not understand the system, you know.
Well, the truth of the matter is, when it comes to power supply in Nigeria, there's always been issues with their irregularities, their tariffs, their services, and all of that. But if this at some point will lead to some form of solution or the other to resolve this, I think it will be good that it gets done at some point.
Okay, well, the report clearly states that the generating companies have been complaining about running on losses, incurring more losses than revenue due to problems such as increase in the rates of inflation and attendant rise in the cost of technologies being used for operations in the subsector. So they complain bitterly, and they hope that the sector, or they also mentioned the sector has been in dilemma for about 8 years now. They are saying a whole new legal arrangements should be made, and new policies should also be made to ensure that nobody wants to run a business on loss.
No. The whole point of doing business is to make profit. If you're making loss, then
ever since the electricity sector became
privatized,
a whole lot of things have been happening, and
but at the same time, they've been good things judging from the consumer end, because now you can pay for you can pay for the electricity you use. There's been a reduction in crazy bills.
That's what you would say, but I can't really attest to that, because usually there are meters that are provided, and those meters are used to. You probably would do a prepaid. You buy as much units as you want to consume. But then, how many places you still go to some very urban cities where you have proper setup, and yet you don't see those meters, those prepaid meters supplied to them. They still run on estimated bills and all of that, making it making the power supply companies to not keep an accurate check on the bills. You know, one thing about those, I realized something about those estimated bills. The people who pay do not exactly pay the exact amount.
No, nobody's going to pay crazy bill. What are you saying?
When you say crazy bill, now that's what.
Imagine in a month. Imagine in a month they're coming to bill you 100 to 200,000.
But that's because that's your consumption.
Now that's another problem with that, because hold up, for example, if you're living in a rented apartment, if you're just going in newly into that apartment and they use a postpaid meter, you discover that the previous tenant's bills get added to yours. Right. So there is no facility in place by the electrical company to differentiate between when the old tenant steps out and when the new tenant comes in.
Why would they even let a previous bill to have lingered to that point?
That is not an issue. Whether it has lingered or not, hold on. Whether it has lingered or not, there should be a facility in place to understand that this is a new tenant, right? This person is just starting afresh in this building, just starting to consume power. You don't just and it's this nonchalant attitude that gets them to the point where they're like, okay, it's the same house, it's the same address, just give them.
Because
no. It's not.
Property is a property.
Stop saying the property is a property.
Okay, let me
if I
clarify something. If you build an apartment, you have.
Hold our thoughts.
No.
Wait, hold our thoughts.
I'm trying to get you to understand where I'm coming from. If you set up an apartment and you have a tenant in this building, by the time the tenant runs maybe like 6 months, you should be able to follow up and ensure that the tenant has done proper payments for those bills. But if the tenant doesn't pay, who has the responsibility for those bills? Automatically, you are saying it's convenient for those bills to continue to linger, and then the next person that moves in starts a fresh bill. We can't say that exactly. But let's take a short break. When we get back, we'll quickly readdress this issue.
We live in a confusing world, and audiences need guardians on burning issues. Men of God give biblical interpretations to life's quandaries in every discussion. Grab a seat and let the Bible guide your thoughts. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907, or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. We live in a confusing world, and audiences need guardians on burning issues. Men of God give biblical interpretations to life's quandaries in every discussion. Grab a seat and let the Bible guide your thoughts. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907, or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. We live in a confusing world, and audiences need guardians on burning issues. Men of God give biblical interpretations to life's quandaries in every discussion. Grab a seat and let the Bible guide your thoughts. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907, or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
All right, welcome back from that very short break. Okay, so we were talking about the electrical sector in Nigeria, and
you asked me a question.
Yeah, I asked you a question. So,
right, so
now,
can I respond?
Let me rephrase.
No, I remember your question.
For the sake of our audience.
Okay, it's fine.
So, if you happen to own an apartment and you have a tenant in that property, who was supposed to oblige with payment for his electricity consumption?
Tenants.
Now, eventually, if this tenant does not pay his bills for a certain period of time, let's say 3 months or 6 months, by the time you are, and this tenant leaves, you do not follow up on collecting that bill.
Okay.
and a new tenant comes.
All right.
What happens to the bill?
Now, this is not a straightforward question. Or rather, let me rephrase.
Is as straightforward
it's not
as
a straightforward
anything.
answer because
You have to pay for the bill.
Hold up. You are asking me this question with the mindset that, number one, the power company, when it was a public sector, was functioning properly with proper database. No, that is false. They didn't have proper database.
No, I'm not. That's not
No,
what I'm
that's the
saying.
imagination you have.
No, far from that. Why would you think that?
Because right now you want me to say the tenant should have responsibility of paying that bill.
Who
right?
should have? Of course, that's it.
If there was proper database, regardless of where that particular tenant relocates to, either a private home or another rented apartment, they should be able to identify that, okay, this is this same tenant that left so building. So that bill should be carried over to that new tenant, that same tenant's location.
But you can't say
Hold
that
on.
because the prepaid meter is not programmed in that manner.
Postpaid meter.
Okay, now.
Because the postpaid meter was not programmed in that. Exactly what you didn't allow me to land before you started throwing.
All right, now.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Now let me. I'm not done. I'm not done. Now, if that was in place,
okay,
right? Fine. We would have said it should not be done that way. You know, bringing crazy bills and then inheriting and all that.
Okay.
The way the postpaid meter was also designed, right? It was designed for individual apartments. In a compound, there can be 3 buildings.
Okay.
Or 3 apartments rather. There can be 3 different apartments, right? Each apartment has its own postpaid meter. That's the way the postpaid meter has been designed.
All right.
Right? And if it has been designed that way, and the power sector or the power holding company had devised a way to properly store database of the meter used, the tenant using the meter, we won't be having crazy bills. But those facilities were not in place. It was just install a meter and that's it. Even if that postpaid meter has been there for God knows how long, and has changed, and that building has changed tenants like 5 or 10 times, there was no proper database or record showing that this particular building on so address has changed tenants for like 2, 3 or so amount of time. That you can't lie to me that you can't even agree that database was available or that facility was available.
No.
Do you understand? So
now you are talking about this particular database that would now this function or this functionality may not be feasible now. Because we are moving from phases. There were times when we didn't have those postpaid meters. We are moving from phases. Now, the fact that we're in this particular phase now.
The prepaid meter phase.
Of course.
Okay.
Now that we're in this particular phase, there should be some form of regulatory keep up.
There is some form of regulatory for the prepaid meter.
Nevertheless, people will still be people. People would always have their cunning acts running.
And that's why the private sector lets their field agents, that's the people that install the prepaid
of course,
meter, they go around houses checking, because sometimes people connect all these 3 apartments to one prepaid meter. Do you understand? So they go around houses to ensure that the connections are done individual apartments. So people buy their own prepaid meters for their own apartments.
So what do you have to say about apartments that do not have those meters?
There's a fine that they go
That's
through.
my point. Now, that's where I'm coming from.
Are you saying apartments that don't have prepaid meters or apartments that are using postpaid meters? I need to understand.
Apartments that use postpaid meters, that's the, what do they call it, estimated bill.
That one does not have any facility.
Now listen, let me explain something.
Jesus
now,
Christ.
You see those estimated bills. What they do is, your consumption is based on the appliances you have in your apartment. I'm sure you've heard of that before.
Go on.
Okay. Clearly, if you have probably air conditioners, washing machines, and all of that, it's not something they will start counting. When they come to your apartment, you have 5 rooms. For 5 rooms, this is the certain amount you should pay. By the time they've done those bills...
I'm sorry, where are you getting all of these statistics from?
Because I lived in that kind of apartment before, and there was a bill that was stipulated for me to pay monthly, regardless of how much consumption I was using.
Pay to the power holding company
exactly.
or pay to the landlord? I need to understand.
No, not to the landlord, to the power holding company, of
directly.
Course. Yes.
Prepaid or postpaid?
It's not prepaid. I can't. That's why I said estimated bills. It's
okay.
not
How
prepaid
was the bill?
or postpaid.
Define the bill. Was it a short bill?
No, it's their actual bill. Why are you sounding like you never... Before you had the meters, what were you using? How were you paying for your bills?
I'm going somewhere. Was it the regular white and pink long bill?
White and... Okay. If that's the color you saw, yes, fine.
No, I'm not saying that's the color. I'm asking what kind of bill.
Of course, that's it now.
Exactly, because I've seen that bill. I've seen how it was broken down. All these 2 to 3 rooms to pay. That
No,
was not
no, no, that's
not the breakdown. The breakdown is every house has a particular allocation per, I think it's per hour. Per hour.
No. That's not how. Okay, so here's the thing. So there are
I don't know
different
what,
private.
Was this in Lagos?
No,
this
is in Lagos.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah, that's where. So that's where I'm coming from.
That is the end of this conversation.
No, that's not the end.
It's the end of this. I'm serious, because if you think that wherever you're coming from, that you pay that bill, if it was done room by room, and you have air conditioner, you have this, it's fine, no problem. Maybe that one was probably, but from what I have seen, the experience I've had in Lagos State, there was no articulation of air conditioner or fridge.
No problem. It
was a steady consumption of per hour, per day, and then per week and per month. They brought, at the end of the month, they'll bring the per month bill to you.
All right.
And there was no even proper breakdown of saying, okay, my fridge was on for so hours, and this is the total. In a prepaid
That's
meter,
not even where I'm coming from. Listen.
Now, I understand what you're saying, but I think we've lingered enough.
Okay.
Enough on,
All right.
on this story.
So,
we'll be moving on to our next top story now. APC crisis festers as police cordon off secretariat again.
Oh well. I'm tired of talking about this party drama and all of that. But then, for the second time in the space of 3 months, leaders of the ruling All Progressive Congress yesterday invited the police to secure its national secretariat on Blantyre Street, Wuse, to Abuja, to avert possible takeover by aggrieved party faithful. That's an inter-party drama, right? I think
it's more or less, but yeah.
Involving their own people.
I think more like their grassroots also.
Oh well. Anyways, it's up to them.
Moving on to the next top story. The Federal Executive Council, the FEC, approves 27.4 billion naira contracts for works, housing, and Federal Capital Territory ministries.
It also approved an establishment of the Federal University of Health Sciences and proposed legislation for the enactment of Civil Defense, Corrections, Fire, and Immigration Services Board. Following the virtual meeting at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, some of the council members briefed newsmen. Those who gave breakdowns of various approvals received were Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, Minister of FCT, Mohammed Musa Bello, Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbeshola, and Rauf, that's what I said.
Did you say Ari?
And Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adeshino. Well, those were just a few persons. Between 7.4 billion, that's the figure we got, right?
Yeah, 27.4 billion naira.
For these particular commissions or for these ministries. Apparently, let's wait for the projects and see what...
Is it coming from the $16 billion approved loan?
Apparently, it can't be, because 27 is way above 16.
So $16 billion.
Okay, $16 billion. Probably, of course, yeah, it should be from. Where else would it be coming from?
Jesus. All right, moving on to the next top story. World Bank blames terrorism and others for economic decline. Okay.
Well, yeah, that's apparently what it is. When the economy and security status of a particular country isn't stable, one of the factors that will be affected are businesses and the economical status now. So the economy will definitely be on a shutdown or will be on a down flow if security is in. We talked about this in our last episode where we were talking about how things that obstruct the proper setup for a production company, aside foreign investment, people want to provide services directly, manufacturing services and all that. Security issues are very, very keen in setting up an economy. Moving on.
Germany donates COVID-19 protective equipment to Nigeria.
Oh, wow. So the German government, through the German Federal Police, has donated about 8,000 COVID-19 protective equipment and gears to Nigerian Immigration Service, Federal Ministry of the Aviation, Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, and Port Health Authority. The official handover ceremony, which took place at the premises of the Consulate General of the Federal Republic of Germany in Lagos yesterday, was done by the acting head of mission to Nigeria, Dr. Von Mucho Paul. I hope I pronounced that name very well. Well, according to him, the equipment was donated to commend the resilience of frontline workers in aviation, security, migration, and to underline the continuous offer for support, assistance, and cooperation between the German Federal Police and law enforcement agencies in Nigeria. Well, big thanks to the German police government for police sector for their support and donation.
All right, we'll go on a short break, and when we return, we'll continue the second half of our top stories and move on to other segments. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the world of fast cars, Rolexes, champagne, and beautiful people inside the most upscale party scenes across Africa. Think you know luxury? Think again. Fresh episodes drop every week. Mark your calendar because you wouldn't want to miss this one. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. You can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
They're not arranged here. They count 5-4.
Blackdrum TV brings to you a show to educate homeowners and prospective buyers on the treacherous terrain of real estate. New deals and opportunities are highlighted on every show. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. Black Drum Sessions video series showcases African indigenous musicians performing live in our studios. Come take a trip around Africa through authentic and indigenous voices. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
My name is Adele.
My name is Anne.
Akilabi.
Kayefi Osha. Adele Sola.
My name is Fine Art, and you are watching.
And you are watching.
Simi J, you're watching Black Drum Session.
Destinations is a Black Drum TV franchise that showcases all beautiful tourist locations across Africa. A group of tourists, a local guide, and cameras give you a front row seat to soak in the beauty of Africa. Showing weekly on Black Drum TV. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. Make no plans for movie night until you have watched our reviews and recommendations. No punches are pulled in, telling viewers what they need to dodge and what they will love. Fresh episodes updated as fast as new movie titles are released. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Where's my dad?
I'm gonna get you out of here alive.
I'm going to get you out of here alive.
Hello and welcome back to your favorite morning show, Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. My name is Adele, simply BC, and co-hosting the show with me is Favor Aya, who likes to be called Favorite.
Hello.
And of course, like I said, we'll be continuing our second half of our top stories before we move on to other segments. You can be a part of this conversation via the link in the description, and also drop your comments in the comments section. All right, moving on to the second half of the top stories.
So this one says 2 men found guilty of Malcolm ex-murder to exonerated.
Yeah, so this is his murder that took place on February the 13th or so, or February, I can't remember the date now, February 16th, I think 1965, thereabout. As you know, he was a civil rights leader who was moving against racism and I think some I won't say scandal, but some things going on in Islam as at then, because he was a Muslim and all of that. So these two men, known as Norman 3X Butler and Thomas 15X Johnson, they spent decades in prison for the murder, which took place on February 21, February 21, 1965. And a lot of their prosecutor, or rather their defendant, their lawyers have said that the case is has been on for like some decades. They spent a few
That's
decades.
quite a long time from now.
Exactly, they spent a few decades in prison. The weapon used are no longer found to be retested after a 22-month investigation, that is. The arrest was on a doubt. It was not so factual. It was just on a rush of kind of thing. So the judge said their cases will be thrown out.
But 1965 up until now, that's a long time. I mean,
one of
I
them
would even wonder if they're still alive.
Yeah, Mr. Halim, who is now 80, when he was asked about the whole thing, simply responded that the news. His co-defendant said, God bless you, they are exonerated. And that's what he said in a quiet voice. He's 80 now. So you can imagine how long he's been in prison. So yeah, that's just what that story is about.
All right, this one says Grace begins espionage trial of 24 aid workers.
Yeah, so more than 2,000 aid workers will go on trial over their role in helping migrants reach Greece between 2016 and 2018 on Thursday. Now, the defendants face a raft of charges, including espionage, forgery, and unlawful use of radio frequencies, right? So that's with these charges, they could face up to 5 years sentence. And if they now find out that they were involved in human trafficking, as moving refugees and migrants illegally into Greece, they could face 25 years sentence, right? And what people are now saying is this is a clampdown on human rights activists and human rights activist groups, because these migrants are people who are from war-torn countries and are trying to, take a better life in Greece, and Greece is not allowing them, to come in. So these are people, aid workers have decided, to take it upon themselves, moving them through, the ocean, the Coast Guard, using the Coast Guard radio frequency to using a fake military boat license to get them across. And they're like, you still have to face the law. You're breaking the law. And then one of the defendants, in person of, I think, Sean Binder, said he's happy he could defend himself. He did nothing wrong, and he can prove that he's being charged with crimes that he was supposed to have committed a year before he was ever on the island. So I think it's more of a question of morality and legality.
These aid workers work at their immigration port or at the
No,
borders?
they're just aid workers,
Basically.
Yeah, the aid workers, that provide aid for human rights. On people, and all of that.
All right, this one says new Kenyan law allows easier integration of refugees.
Yeah, this one is a very short story, so I'm just going to read through. Kenya President Uhuru Kenyatta has signed into law a new refugee bill that allows asylum seekers easier access to education, integration, and earn a living. This is coming 6 months before a plan shut down by the authorities of 2 camps housing more than 500,000 refugees. That's 500,000 refugees, according to BBC. The authorities say the camps have been used as breeding grounds for terrorists and some of the worst attacks in Kenya. Kenya has been in a protracted struggle with the United Nations Refugee Agency over plans to shut down the Kukuma and Dadaab refugee camps. Report says 500,000 refugees were mainly from Somalia and South Sudan. I remember Somalia and Sudan are having issues. Somalia, of course, is having terrorism issues, and Sudan is having some sort of civic unrest because there's been a military coup, right? And people are still saying they want civilian government, and the military power is saying, look, you can't have civilian government. So there's a lot of mess going on in Sudan. The president had rejected the bill that sought to compel the state to provide housing and social amenities to refugees at special transit centers. So that's what's going on. I think this bill is just going to give the refugees some sort of breathing room, some sort of space to settle in Kenya, earn a living, get some form of education, become better, make themselves better, and, just keep moving forward and moving on with life. So yeah.
Oh, well, this one says Burkina Faso president admits problem as 53 killed.
All right, so Burkina Faso's president, Marc Christian Kabore, has admitted to problems that must be corrected in the fight against terrorism after an attack that killed 53 people. That is, 49 soldiers and 4 civilians have died in a targeted military police detachment in Inata in the north. The situation distresses everyone and dysfunctions must be corrected, said the president. And then, he's called on the people to stand together with the security forces to defend the country, because immediately after the attack, they called for military generals and heads of security departments to be fired, and also called for him to resign. And he told them, look, that is not the point. The point is, this has happened. Let's go on a mourning from Thursday to Friday. They're going to mourn. That's from yesterday to today. They will mourn the people that have died, and then they will focus on how they can stand together and fight against terrorism. Like, they go on sacking and resigning, it doesn't solve the problem. The goal is to solve the problem. So yeah, that's a leader speaking there. It's a good thing.
All right, 14 shot dead in Sudan protests. Doctors.
Remember when I told you about Sudan having a coup going on? So this is the doctor saying 14 people have been shot dead by security forces as thousands have taken to the streets to protest against the military power. And there are also reports that they fired tear gas into the hospitals to prevent these activists, or not really activists, but people who are still pro-civilian government. That's from the previous government, right? While coercing people to lead this protest. Yeah, he's sent. The tear gas has been shot into the hospital. They are being treated to prevent them from receiving treatment and go on, causing havoc. But I think for me that's a little bit too far. Okay, I believe hospitals, just the way press are protected in the line of fire. Right. I feel like hospitals, ambulances should also be left out of whatever civil unrest you're going on. If that was the case in the Nigerian NSAS protest, I'm pretty sure we would not have lost so many lives that day, right? So that's just, I think there should be a proper statement that, globally, if there's any protest or whatever, press, medical personnel should not be attacked or touched or harmed at any point in time. So yeah.
Okay, clearly. We'll take another short break, and when we get back, of course, we'll bring you our entertainment update.
How much do you know about Africa? Scratch that. Can you go head to head with other viewers and answer general questions correctly? Smart Money Live Trivia is aimed at enterprising audiences who gets rewarded while enhancing knowledge and sharpening decision-making skills. The daily game is open to all players on Black Drum TV social media handles. Fresh episodes are broadcasted from Monday to Friday on StarTimes Channel 194. For inquiries and partnership, contact Marketing 0808 110 5907. You can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Aren't you tired of playing different types of games that require in-app purchases? Here's something that might bring a smile to your game face. Introducing Smart Money Live Trivia Show on TV. You play against others to win cool cash prizes weekly. Participation is simple. Follow and interact with Black Drum TV on its social media handles. Join the live show daily on TV 8 p.m. Monday to Friday. Post all correct answers on Black Drum TV IG page. Fastest fingers always have an advantage. That's it. You're on your way to being selected to play for massive cash in our live studio face-off. Tell your friends to tell their friends of the new trivia show that gives cash rewards. Enquiries and sponsorships, contact Marketing 0808 1105 907 or marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Welcome back on the show. Of course, it's still Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. My name is Favor Aya. With me on the show is BC Pelumi. We've had our top stories. We're moving on to our entertainment gist. Just in case you're just joining us, you can be a part of our conversation via the link in the description. Our first story says 100 million. Wow. That's quite a whole lot. 100 million naira challenge. Wema Bank wants to meet with me. Oh,
Davido.
Wow. They have to, because I mean, you can't.
You did not read this story.
You can't have.
You did not read this story with the because it's not Burna Boy. I know you did not read it with such.
No, it's not. There's no whoever it is. It could be Burna Boy. It could be.
This is how you read it. 100 million naira challenge. Wema Bank wants to meet with me, says Davido.
No.
100 million naira.
So what difference did it make?
Difference is I was excited.
Anyways, I really think over the last few days, I mean, in the last 48 hours, Davido has really taken the internet ablaze. I mean, everyone is still in shock.
200 million naira.
That's a whooping amount of money. And
if you had 200 million naira, what would you do?
No, it's not about what I would do. It's how out of nowhere in a fleet of hours.
Less than 72 hours.
You were able to raise that kind of money. It's still almost unbelievable because.
What did Davido?
So that's the thing. A lot of people.
Soap you are using.
A lot of people have been saying his kindness brought him this far.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I totally agree because you can't get what you don't give.
What you don't give.
Yeah, you can't get what you don't give. So I give it to you, Davido.
Shout out to you.
And
shout
big
out
ups,
to everyone supporting you.
Yeah, and I still feel like if someone else did this, if Whiskey did this, it would still be the same thing because a whole lot of people. There's a thing with Nigerians and giving out to their favorite celebrities. Yeah. I'm sure you saw Big Brother.
All right, so moving to the next entertainment story. Adele talks about Amy Winehouse almost not releasing a new album, 30, her divorce and more.
Okay, so
I
apparently...
think this interview was with Oprah?
Not really. Well, I think for me it was with Apple Music.
Apple Music, okay.
Yeah. So, well, one thing with Adele is she brings her emotions really into her music. And we could see that clearly in her last album. She clearly said it was so hard for her to get back to music after her breakup with her husband, her divorce in her marriage. And, you know, I must commend her efforts to have been able to get back to work. And then basically she also said she was able to fuse every emotion she had, all the pain, she just put it right into her sound. And she really thanks God for...
I think our viewers should take a cue from that.
You know, yeah, of course. All the energy.
Don't separate your pain from your craft or from your art.
Yeah.
Fuse it, send it out there.
Yeah, and, that's the best way to just let go of it.
All right, so Paul Okoye shares account details, asks fans of P Square to donate as they celebrate their 40th birthday and they are coming back together.
Well, basically, they didn't just ask fans to donate. They just saw what Davido had done, and they
like,
needed.
Hey, let's do this as well.
But you were too late. You came in very late. Although I'm sure a couple of persons will still celebrate them because the whole nation is happy as to the reunion from these two. I mean, that was also another very great.
As happy as I am for the reunion, all I want is please just give us one more album. You guys can fight after that, but just drop
you
one
can't
more
say that.
album.
Come on,
just drop one more album.
You don't have to. You don't have to fight
as a duo. And I don't know what he's saying, but just drop one more album together, one masterpiece, one very good album that will last us some decades.
Clearly, they are both good together. So let's wait for the return of the Okoyes. All right, he's a god amongst men. Harris Song hails Davido after raising over 150 million on social media.
Point of correction, over 180 million naira as of this morning.
And still counting.
And still counting, yeah.
Yeah. So, well, you can only appreciate him. If you had followed his footsteps, maybe you would have been wearing the same shoes, apparently. All right, this one says, the return of P Square, nobody wins when the family feuds. But what does the future hold for the popular duo? Okay.
Well, I mean, say nobody wins when the family feuds. Tell that to Steve Harvey's Family Feud TV show. I just had to throw that
No. But then, of course, two heads are better than one. Definitely. So let's just wait for
Except
the
if
return,
you're talking
like
about
you said.
the 100 naira note and the $100 bill. There's just one head in the $100 bill.
Okay.
And we know which one is better than which.
Yeah, it's Friday, so you are allowed to do that.
I know.
Okay, and lastly on entertainment news, it's our birthday. Peter and Paul Okoye celebrate each other on their 40th birthday. Well, ever since last week Friday, right, we've been talking about how the duo reunited, and it's been buzzing on the internet. I give it to them for really getting back together and celebrating their 40th birthday.
It was a pleasant surprise to the fans, and I'm excited that they're back together.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to see.
Let's just get a song. Yeah, let's get an album from you. All right, we will take a quick break on this note, and when we get back, Adebisi Pelumi will be here with sport updates.
Black Drum Creative Hub is the only show that focuses on the creative sector, the show of shows. On this show, we dissect issues that are critical to the creative space, talk to and engage key players in the sector, and we showcase the heart of the creative industry, from the shows, the behind the scenes of the shows, the innovations, and of course, the tales by moonlight. Finally, we have a show we can rightly call the Creative Portal, a fulcrum for growing the entertainment sector. For inquiries inquiries and partnerships, contact marketing 080-811-05907 or marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Welcome back from that short break. It's still your favorite morning show, Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. And now we're moving to the sports segment as I give you updates in the sporting sector. All right, moving on to the first sports story. Stop adopting European style against African teams. Shorumu cautions Eagles. Former international Ike Shorumu has advised the Super Eagles to stop approaching African teams with European style if they are to book a place in next year's World Cup in Qatar and also do well in the 2022 Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon. Shorumu, who spoke to The Guardian yesterday, stated that Eagles' fighting spirit during the World Cup qualifiers was a far cry from the African football setting in terms of the best approach to the continent's type of football. He noted that the Central African Republic, Cape Verde and Liberia were able to withstand the Eagles comfortably despite the array of stars paraded by the Nigerian team because of the European style of football they adopted against their opponent. Shorumu, who was the Eagles' #1 goalkeeper between 1998 and 2002, then admonished the Cameroon 2021 AFCON-bound Super Eagles to redouble their effort by being physical to avoid any embarrassment from African teams, who are hungry for success and also eager to prove themselves. Thank God the Super Eagles booked the playoff ticket and route to the World Cup, but I think the players should also change their approach from the European style by being African. They should show a lot of strength and be aggressive on the pitch to survive African teams. This is what they need to start having in mind when playing in Africa. When they get to their various clubs, they can continue with their European style because that is where their style can work and not against the African teams. I don't think the African approach will be difficult for most of the players who played in the country before they moved abroad for greener pastures. The Eagles definitely have to step up their games if they are to secure a place in Qatar 2022 and also earn positive results at the 2022 AFCON, he stated. All right, the second sports story: football industry embraces crypto as Messi helps Messi helps fan token take off. When Paris Saint-Germain signed Lionel Messi, the salary package included something previously unheard of for a player, a one-off payment understood to be worth around €1 million, that's $1.15 million, made in PSG fan tokens. It was the result of a partnership signed by the French giant in 2018 with Socios.com, which sees fans use a cryptocurrency called Chills to buy tokens, allowing them to vote on issues related to the club. These issues have tended to be rather mundane. For example, Juventus asking what music they should play in their stadium, but the concept has caught on. The company has grown quickly since signing its first partnerships with PSG and Juventus to being involved with 56 football clubs around 100 sports teams worldwide, says CEO Alexandra Dreyfus. Messi has bought more publicity, and Dreyfus believes the Argentinian will set a trend. This is more a top-up that is never going to replace any compensation. It is more like a bonus, but it is a bonus that at some point players will start to ask for, Dreyfus tells AFP from his office in Malta. We hope that in 2 years during the Mercato transfer window, a player will say, yes, I am going to that team, but they had better give me $1 million of a fan token. Dreyfus admits the pandemic and resulting economic crisis has benefited his company, allowing them to multiply their partnerships. The fact is that the clubs suddenly lost 50 or 70 or 80% of their revenue, and they realized, hey, we have fans all over the world, what can we sell them? They now have shirt sponsorship deals with Inter Milan and Valencia promoting their fan tokens. Moving on to the next sports story, Eto'o submits candidacy for Cameroon FA presidency. Former Cameroon star Samuel Eto'o officially filed his candidacy for the presidency of the country's football federation on Wednesday, promising he would be the next president despite the cheating. Eto'o, a four-time African Footballer of the Year, was accompanied by a crowd of supporters as he submitted his bid at the Cameroonian Federation's headquarters in Yaoundé. I urge the opposite camp to be careful because we have accepted lots of things, Eto'o told reporters. The 40-year-old ex-Barcelona and Inter Milan striker said the current leadership had offered him a position as vice president, a proposition he rejected. I will be the next president of the federation despite all the cheating, he declared. Eto'o said it was time to rebuild our football when he announced his intention to run for presidency of the Football Federation in Cameroon in September. The Court of Arbitration of Sport in January annulled the 2018 elections won by Sideo Mombo who Eto'o described as having failed miserably. New elections are scheduled for December, a month before Cameroon hosts the African Cup of Nations, a tournament delayed a year by the COVID-19 pandemic. Lead Fort Gate College to host 2021 Gold Cup. Lead Fort Gate College Lekki, in partnership with Sports 360 Nigeria, will host the second edition of the prestigious individual Invitational Under-13 football tournament tagged 2021 Gold Cup in the boys and girls categories of international schools in Lagos. The schools taking part in this year's competition are Riverbank School, Chrisland School, VGC, Corona School, Segun Odegbami College, and Lead Fort Gate College. The tournament has been scheduled to start this weekend, November 20th, 2021. According to the organizers, the championship is about giving and sharing amazing moments and experiences through football, adding that the event will be streamed live on the school's social media platforms. And lastly, on our sports segment, Cavallo landmark as ex-England star Sturridge debuts Down Under. Australia's A-League kicks off a new season this weekend with former Liverpool star Daniel Sturridge set to make his debut in Perth against Adelaide's Josh Cavallo, who recently revealed he was gay. Sturridge signed with Perth Glory as one of the competition's highest caliber players since Italian Alessandro Del Piero joined Sydney FC in 2012. I am available, said the 32-year-old, after undergoing a mandatory 2 weeks quarantine. Of course, it's difficult in quarantine to train. You can't play football or do anything that is natural to a football player. Now it's about getting match fit and being in football shape again. The striker, who has not played since February last year when he featured for Turkish side Trabzonspor, is expected to make a cameo off the bench, adding, "I don't feel nervous at all." Perth, who finished 9th in the 12-team competition last season, opened their campaign against Adelaide United on Saturday in what will be a landmark game for midfielder Cavallo should he play. The 22-year-old Australian under-20 international last month came out as the only openly gay men's footballer in a top-flight league. His decision to go public won plaudits throughout the footballing world and beyond, with legendary Swedish forward Zlatan Ibrahimovic tweeting, "You are a champion. Football is for everyone. Big respect." Antoine Griezmann, Jordan Henderson, Marcus Rashford, and Raphael Varane, Gerard Piqué, and David De Gea were among a host of top footballers to support Cavallo's decision. And we'll take a short break, and when we return, it's time for our interesting topic with our interesting guest on the show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Make no plans for movie night until you have watched our reviews and recommendations. No punches are pulled in, telling viewers what they need to dodge and what they will love. Fresh episodes updated as fast as new movie titles are released. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Where's my dad?
I'm gonna get you out of real life.
I'm going to get you out of here alone.
Aren't you tired of playing different types of games that require in-app purchases? Here's something that might bring a smile to your game face. Introducing Smart Money Live Trivia Show on TV. You play against others to win cool cash prizes weekly. Participation is simple. Follow and interact with Black Drum TV on its social media handles. Join the live show daily on TV 8 p.m. Monday to Friday. Post all correct answers on Black Drum TV IG page. Fastest fingers always have an advantage. That's it. You're on your way to being selected to play for massive cash in our live studio face-off. Tell your friends to tell your friends of the new trivia show that gives cash rewards. Enquiries and sponsorships, contact marketing 0808-1105-907 or marketing@blackdrum.tv.
All over the world, there are underground food spots that thrive 24/7. These are well-kept secrets that only the well-connected know about. Come with us as we go on an adventure to discover the tastes and locations of the most popular street food joints across Africa. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. Get the scoop on the latest trend in the auto industry. Every show brings our viewers the opportunity to cash in on flash sales from car dealers. View thousands of cars with stunning visuals and detailed information in order to make that big decision about your next automobile. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. We live in a confusing world and audiences need guardians on burning issues. Men of God give biblical interpretations to life's quandaries in every discussion. Grab a seat and let the Bible guide your thoughts. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. We live in a confusing world and audiences need guardians on burning issues. Men of God give biblical interpretations to life's quandaries in every discussion. Grab a seat and let the Bible guide your thoughts. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Hello and welcome back to your favorite morning show, Hello Africa, brought to you by Black Drum TV. And like I promised before the break, we would be having a very interesting conversation with a very special guest who has joined us in the studio today in person of Iremide. How are you doing? Thanks for joining us on the show.
Yeah, I'm good.
And of course, co-hosting the show with me is Favor Aya, who likes to be called Favorite.
Welcome back on the show.
All right, so before we move on, let me just quickly read a short bio of Iremide Church Boy, right? Dari Lori Oreolua, born on July 6, 1996, known professionally as Iremide, is a Nigerian rapper and songwriter who studied English in Ekiti State University. His music is basically primed for the Nigerian and UK audience. His debut studio EP, Isolated, was released on May 7, 2020. Thereafter, dropped another single, You Got It. However, his newest release, titled We Move, marks a deliberate switch from rap to the grime, drills, and neo-Afro-pop, wave sweeping through the UK Afrobeat scenes. Iremide, thank you for joining us in the studio once again.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Favorite?
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good. Well, it's so good to have you in the studio. I mean, for musical artists, it's quite a journey. I mean, especially in Nigeria, it feels like it's a long journey for everybody before you get to the limelight. But then we can't say the same for you because I mean, you look like you're already in the game, like full-time in the game. I mean, well, big thanks to your management and to yourself as well for putting in so much work. Glad to have you in the studio. So we're just going to ask you a couple of questions and take your honest answers to these questions. Nothing serious, no big deal.
If it's not honest, it's still fine.
Yeah, your fans are seeing you, so you should be able to give them some truth, and they'll be able to confirm.
Exactly. That should be good.
All right.
So our topic of discussion today is starting a music career in Nigeria. Don't forget, you can be a part of this conversation via the link in the description. Don't forget to drop also your comments in the comment section, and we'll attend to them as much as we can. So let's start with the first question. Thus far, how has been your experience starting in Nigeria? Cool.
Yeah, good.
That cool and good sounded like that normal Nigerian response.
Experience, it hasn't been a very, very smooth one, but yeah, we thank God. I thank God for where I am today.
From where you started and everything, the journey.
Thank God for the little experiences that I already have.
The good and the bad. Has there been any very memorable bad one? Like this one sticking with you is like a scar. There's a lot.
Really?
Can you share one with us? Like one or two?
No, don't go about the whole bridge thing. You know, there's always a line where they all say, "I used to be under the bridge," and then somehow I used to take my CDs. Don't give us that line.
No.
All right.
Okay. No, actually no. But there was a time in my life where I was thinking of actually starting to drive Uber.
Oh, well, that's still
okay.
So that's
wow.
Let me just put it like that. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. How long have you been? How many years?
I started officially 2015.
2015, but unofficially.
Unofficially 2012.
2012. I think it's way back.
I started writing.
2012.
Wow.
Okay.
Did you have a plan before starting it? What was your plan? Like, did you just barge into it? Have you had this talent?
Has it always been?
Yeah.
The focus?
Have you always
Music
said?
has always been the goal.
I didn't have a plan, but I had a passion.
Okay, that's
for the
good.
music.
Yeah.
Right.
But I didn't have a plan when I started, but I had a passion.
You just knew you had to
so
go
the plan
into it.
came along the line.
Yeah, that's good.
That's pretty interesting. Now let's talk finance. How do you, or not just you in person, like artists in Nigeria, how did they find, how do they raise capital to, to create music and put their music out there? Do you have any idea? Or let's use you, your own personal experience.
I can only speak for myself.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
For me right now, I would say, I don't know, but funding music is something that. That's why I said you have to start with passion.
Okay.
Because nobody would push your career for you if you can't do it yourself. Do you get? So you need to have passion first.
Okay.
So I guess for me, I had to like just understand the fact that aside this music, I need to do something else.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I work other things apart from just doing music. So to get money. Yeah. So.
Which means you have like a side business.
Or one or two side businesses.
Yeah, sure.
So does that mean that the business, the music, doesn't generate revenue for you at all?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But you just
not like I want.
Not like you.
Yeah.
But there's been some form of revenue at some points. Maybe like performing at an event or like covering. Because there's been some. It's just not, and that's.
It's not just
huge level yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but there's a way to these things. I think there's a way around how they promote their music on, several. I don't want to call names, but people promote their music on several channels. I mean, all this musical apps platforms. And all of them that they MTN Pulse and all of that.
Do those platforms pay?
Yeah, they pay. That's why. So,
like, thank God for Nigerian music industry today. Like,
okay.
There are a lot of platforms that you can put your stuff on, you can put your music on, your videos and all that you can get money from.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying when I was saying that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something coming in, but not as
much as you want.
Yeah,
all right.
So
all right.
It's not enough. It's not enough to promote
the music to the level I suppose, but at least it's enough to like encourage to.
Yeah, it's enough for at least something is coming out from my talent.
Okay, yeah, exactly that. So let's talk about collaborations.
Okay.
I mean, you know really well that by the time you have stayed in the game for a while, eventually there's a breaking forth. Sometimes people use collaborations as the break forth. You just have someone you look up to, and you have this collabo boom, and the person just brings you out to the blues, out of the blues to the limelight. So do you have plans for collabos?
Yeah,
or have you even had any at all?
Presently, I don't know. I have a few with, I don't know if you know them, but they are also upcoming artists. Like,
oh no.
I have like Young Ziggy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not in Nigeria. So I have a song with Super Ozzy.
Okay.
Yeah, and then.
But if you could collaborate with any mainframe artist now?
Right now.
Right now. Who would you...
Burna Boy.
Why didn't I see that coming?
No, that's the real deal. You should consider
he's a
that.
dad Burna Boy fan. That's
straight up. That's you're on the right path. You're on the right path. You're on the right path. We're giants. We're giants.
Yeah. So that explains why I'm in the middle today. All right. So let's talk about your EP, Isolated. Okay. Isolated is spelled H-I-G-H, then Isolated. What's the inspiration behind that name first? Like Isolated. Where did that come from?
Okay, when I made Isolated, I was planning to drop another EP actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so because I have a lot of songs unreleased, so I was planning to drop another EP, but producer that was meant to produce that EP for me just did some other things and all, so I couldn't make that one again. So it was during the lockdown, during the isolation time. So I just met a new producer that just worked 3 songs for me.
Okay.
So I was just thinking that day there was nothing to do. It was during the isolation.
But you were still brainstorming your creativity and all that.
And I was on my normal one day and I said, okay, I isolated. Yeah.
Okay.
So let me just put these songs like that. Just put it out.
You get it. If you don't get it,
clearly,
forget about it.
That explains.
All right. So your single "We Move," I happen to like that track.
Okay.
I happen to like that track a lot. Yes, everybody does. So what's the story behind that "We Move"? Like, I know there's a story. I mean, from the name of the track, "We Move," there's definitely a story behind that. What's the story? Can you share with us?
Yeah. Okay. I just ran out of home. Then.
Wow. You just like out of the blues.
Yeah, I just left home.
Okay. Is that supposed to be part of the music chase?
Well,
you're saying you left home. I mean, because you looked at him and you said,
exactly.
Like some family tie, something going on here. But some of us don't know. So was it supposed to be part of? Because I mean, we want to hear.
I mean,
I don't know.
Will your mom allow you to take this air out, like leave with this air?
Well, some of us, our parents are
yes or
very.
No. It's a yes or no question.
Yeah. I mean, I carry it and I go home. I don't run from home.
Yeah, but you said you were going to cut your hair.
Before now, maybe where you were younger.
Yeah. Apparently,
it's from Bielsa, by the way.
So whatever look I wanted to carry, they could see. So we have different people, different parents from different places. So my parents have a way of raising their kids. I started doing all of this from my childhood. I literally sang in church. I used to do drama in church, and they could tell I was in love with this part.
In church?
I'm talking of from
were you on dreads in church?
Early as 11. So when I chose to start having funny hairstyles, they accepted it. It's not just about the dreads. Okay. Yeah, so there are times I had mohawks. No, dread is just the recent thing. I'm telling you how it started.
All right, I understand where this is going.
I get you already.
Yeah, so I mean,
for me, it wasn't like that because my family is churchy. Like
yeah, my family is church too.
Yeah, that's why I call myself church. But
okay.
So exactly. So it was when I just left home and then. I was with my guy and then I was writing different songs because I didn't have enough I didn't have enough to like record the songs. Okay. So what I do is I'll just write the songs down and then when I get the over of a producer or something, I'll just record all the songs because I write them on a beat or something. So I was just writing songs and then it just came. Let me just say it came. It came like it just came.
Dropped.
Like I really want to make $1 million because it was something that was on my mind. Like I want to make $1 million and then I don't want to work a white collar.
Yeah.
So that's the content of the song. So it just came. Let me just put it.
So it was like it was more like when you were reflecting on thoughts on the choices you made and your experiences and everything.
Yeah, I guess that it was just out of what I was going through then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I just left home and then there was no money, there was nothing. I was just cutting with a friend and it was just, everything was just, so why am I here? I was just thinking like,
all of this playing in your head, you just
in my head, like why am I here? Why am I even suffering myself when I can just go home and just
be the church boy,
and then just
live normally.
But I want to make $1 million. I don't want to work a white collar job. So.
Okay, all right, and clearly. All right, so how would you like to do a freestyle for us? I mean, you would have to do that with Black Drum TV in the line, because we're fortunate to have you right here in the studio. So you would have to do a freestyle for us, and then we'll, somewhere in the line, just make sure Black Drum TV is on that line.
All right.
Take your time. Do you want beats?
No.
Can you produce? Can you drop a beat?
Somehow, two heads are better than one. We'll join heads and create the beat for him.
That's what I'm in the middle. Songs, not my. Nope.
All right. I've never stopped in my life, so I can't stop winning.
Okay.
I kill beats for a living. I've never stopped singing. Right. You want to sing for me, guy? You guys drop CV. Like I did beat my test, I did on Black Drums TV.
Okay.
I did my chest, I did on Black Drums TV. All right, so your social media handles, if our audience wants to reach out to you.
Instagram at Only One Iremide, Snapchat official Iremide, Facebook Iremide Church Boy, Twitter at Only One Iremide.
You are just different names on all the platforms.
No, I think we'll still. I mean, it's just Only One Iremide.
Well, actually, if you just search Iremide Church Boy, you see.
All right.
There's only one church boy.
That's good. That's good. So good to have you.
Thank you so much for coming in the studio today and sharing your experience with us. It's been really amazing and it's been really fun.
Are we expecting anything?
Yeah, are we expecting any, album collabs with Burna Boy?
Yeah, soon.
Really soon. That Burna Boy thing, it should happen.
Yes, it should happen.
Hasten him.
Before this time next year.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
Before we go, just in case, I get the exclusive interview once that collab happens, right?
No, you're not a Burna Boy fan. This discussion should be between both of us. Yeah, we're the giants.
Wow, one co-host too.
Hello, calm down.
Seriously. I love everybody actually. I love Whiskey. I love Davido. I love.
Yeah, we all love all of them. Yeah, but Burna Boy.
This is my favorite.
Wow. All right. Well, that's a wrap on our conversation today. We'll go on a short break, and when we return, we will be going into the educative and fun part of our show, which is the Weird Facts. Thank you again, Remedy, for joining us in the studio. It's a pleasure. We look forward to having you another time. All right, we'll take this short break. We'll be right back.
All over the world, there are underground food spots that thrive 24/7. These are well-kept secrets that only the well-connected know about. Come with us as we go on an adventure to discover the tastes and locations of the most popular street food joints across Africa. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. Destinations is a Black Drum TV franchise that showcases all beautiful tourist locations across Africa. A group of tourists, a local guide, and cameras give you a front row seat to soak in the beauty of Africa. Showing weekly on Black Drum TV. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. Make no plans for movie night until you have watched our reviews and recommendations. No punches are pulled in, telling viewers what they need to dodge and what they will love. Fresh episodes updated as fast as new movie titles are released. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Where's my dad?
I'm gonna get you out of your life.
I'm going to get you out of here alone.
Black Drum Creative Hub is the only show that focuses on the creative sector, the show of shows. On this show, we dissect issues that are critical to the creative space, talk to and engage key players in the sector, and we showcase the heart of the creative industry, from the shows, the behind the scenes of the shows, the innovations, and of course, the tales by moonlight. Finally, we have a show we can rightly call the Creative Portal, a fulcrum for growing the entertainment sector. For inquiries and partnerships, contact marketing 080-811-05907 or marketing@blackdrum.tv.
We live in a confusing world and audiences need guardians on burning issues. Men of God give biblical interpretations to life's quandaries in every discussion. Grab a seat and let the Bible guide your thoughts. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907 or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. Welcome to the world of fast cars, Rolexes, champagne, and beautiful people inside the most upscale party scenes across Africa. Think you know luxury? Think again. Fresh episodes drop every week. Mark your calendar because you wouldn't want to miss this one. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. You can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Welcome back on the show. A big thanks to our guest, who was really a very interesting guest at that. Iremide, a great artist, and of course a Burna Boy fan. Big ups to him.
Yeah, I had to find that out.
Yeah. Of course, it's still Hello Africa, and just as we are at the last segment of the show, I want to give a big thanks to BC for holding it down with the sport update, and of course all through the show. We are moving to our most interesting segment for the show today. Happens to be a Friday. I thought we would have some very goofy stuff on there.
We still have the weird facts. So
no, I mean it's not as weird as what a Friday would look like.
I think you should just say what you're expecting.
No. All right, so moving on. Our first weird facts for today. This one says one habit of intelligent humans is being easily annoyed by people around them, but saying nothing in order to avoid a meaningless argument. I disagree.
Okay.
I mean, because
I'm trying to avoid the meaningless arguments. So.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Oh wow. But I think for the ability of people to be able to control themselves has nothing to do with whether it's an intelligent person or not.
Well, they didn't say intellectually intelligent. They didn't also say emotionally intelligent.
Intelligence in all.
Exactly.
If you're an intelligent person, of course, you would have a way of approaching everything, not just about emotions and all of that. So, but the fact that they said they easily get annoyed, that's the part I don't understand.
No, it said. Oh.
Yeah, it's being annoyed. One of their attributes.
All right. Okay.
So, which means you get annoyed easily.
Oh, so this is now that you do not agree to say to
because
the world
that's
that
what
I'm intelligent.
You say you don't want to. All right, moving on.
Moving on. This one talks about Canadians say sorry so much that a law was passed in 2009 declaring that an apology can't be used as evidence of admission to guilt. Wow.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Well, still talking about Canadians. Canadians say sorry so much. Oh, wow. Okay. Well.
I'm avoiding meaningless arguments.
No, I don't want to say that. Let me move on. Okay. While watching a merry-go-round from a bench in Griffith Park, Los Angeles, Walt Disney was struck with inspiration for the creation of Disneyland. That's an intelligent person.
That's
there.
all?
That's an intelligent person
wow.
indeed.
Wow. Just wow. That's all it took.
Yeah.
All right, so this one says the loudness of a monkey is relative to the size of its...
Go on.
Apologies, I would have to retake this in proper grammatical terms. The loudness of a monkey is relative to the size of its male reproductive organs.
No.
Researchers found that the smaller the reproductive organs, the louder the monkey. So... all those guys that are very loud.
What part of the reproductive organ?
Yeah, the part responsible for creation and storage of the sperm cells.
Okay.
The testicles. I know that's what you wanted me to say. You just wanted me to say the word
clearly,
testicles.
I needed to hear it from you because, I mean, you can't be educating us halfway. All right, this one says your earlobes line up with your, oh wow.
Your what?
Nipples.
Okay.
Your earlobe. Really?
I don't know, you tell me.
Okay. I'll check that. I'll check that.
I do not want to see you.
I want to see what it looks like.
Nope. Just do that in your own private space. All right, so this one says, the longer you spend dating somebody before marrying, the less likely the marriage is to end in divorce. I really like how optimistic these people are with divorce.
They have so much details.
The longer you are friends with someone, you date someone. It's not like that.
Okay, this one says elephants can die of a broken heart if their mate dies.
Yeah,
really?
I heard. Yeah, I've heard that.
That's a very deep emotional.
Also heard that elephants have strong memories.
Emotional. Oh, really?
Right, so they can remember a farm or a farmer that was, mean to them or something like that.
Wow.
All right. So this one says the fear of cooking is known as. This is a little bit of Magirocophobia, and is a recognized phobia. Who's afraid of cooking?
A whole lot of people.
Jesus.
Even ladies.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
All right, this one says America consumes almost 50% of the world's chocolate. I agree.
That explains them. All right, so this one says authorities to provide more detail. Oops, sorry.
Oh, Lord. Well, that's it for today. I'm going to cut you on that before you proceed. Let's just leave it so you don't say something else.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, that's it for today. And I mean, it was a great show today. Big thanks to our guest again for showing up on the show. And for you who joined us on the show, we want to say a big thank you to you. It's a Friday, and I mean, you can have as much fun as you want to have this weekend. It's already diving into the festive season, and if you are not heading out to have fun, I don't know what you're doing at home. Today's a Friday, but whatever it is, don't drink and drive. Make sure you keep it cool when you head out. My name is Favor.
At some point, I thought you were not going to say that. So I was like, where is it? Where's the catchphrase? Where's the don't drink and drive?
No, of course I'll talk about that. Do not drink and drive. Like I was saying, my name is Favor, but I like to be called Favorite.
And my name is Adele, simply BC. Until next time, have fun, stay safe, wear a nose mask, and thank you for joining us on today's TGF edition of your favorite morning show, Hello Africa. Goodbye.